Beeswax, bin Musikproduzent und Dozent am Street College Gangway e.V.
Hi, ich bin der Rockel, Inhaber des Impulse Studio Berlin und Dozent am Street College.
Also wir brauchen eure Unterstützung, um einen Sampler herzustellen, eine Kompilation, eine CD, ein Album sozusagen.
Gangway Beats.
Das Besondere ist, dass dieses Album, dass dieser Sampler von den Jugendlichen komplett selber produziert werden wird. Dass der Wunsch von ihnen geäußert wurde, das heißt, das ist nicht eine Idee von uns, die wir hatten, sondern die Jugendlichen selber hatten den Wunsch, dieses Album zu produzieren.
Geh wieder nach Hause, versperr lieber die Tür, bunker dich ein, dunkel alles ab, geh in Deckung, komm nie wieder raus, bleib Versteck und höre diesen Check, das ist die Invasion. Yeah, und ich bin bereit.
Street College finde ich echt eine super Sache, weil ich meine, man kann ja wirklich das lernen, was man möchte, was man sonst nirgendwo lernen kann. Zum Beispiel wäre es mir sonst nie möglich gewesen, das hier alles zu lernen, die ganzen Tontechnik-Sachen, und das war schon immer mal mein Traum, einfach wirklich die Musik ganz alleine produzieren zu können.
Hallo, ich bin Olat, ich bin Straßensozialarbeiter bei Gangway e.V. seit 2003 und bin jetzt auch beim Street College tätig. Das Street College ist ein alternatives Bildungssystem für Menschen, die im herkömmlichen Bildungssystem nicht das gefunden haben, wonach sie suchten, aus welchen Gründen auch immer. Ursprünglich war die Motivation, das Street College zu gründen, eigentlich die dass wir gemerkt haben, dass viele von unseren Jugendlichen die gleichen Probleme haben, nämlich dass sie frühzeitig aus der Schule ausgestiegen sind, rausgeflogen sind und heute wirklich schlechte Perspektiven haben in Bezug auf Beruf und Schule. So haben wir das Street College gegründet.
Was hat Street College für mich gemacht? Ja, eigentlich vieles.
Sie sehen den Körper und scheißen auf das Leben. Nach 5 Jahren wieder frei, ich will den lebenslänglich geben. Ist doch scheißegal, ob Frau oder Mann. Die Frage ist nur, welcher Mensch sowas kann.
Meine Lebenseinstellung hat sich geändert, komplett. Und dadurch hat sich ja auch mein Leben verändert und auch ich und das Umfeld und alles.
Ich selber mache schon ewig Rap und ich mache auch schon Beats, aber ich hatte halt niemals irgendwie Unterstützung, alles nur so autodidaktisch. Und das Street College hat mir halt einfach mal Menschen an die Seite gesetzt, wo ich einfach mal die Fragen stellen konnte, die ich vielleicht jetzt so auch aus Unbock, jetzt Ewigkeiten zu recherchieren, mir selber nicht gelöst habe.
Jo, mein Name ist Paul, ich bin 18 Jahre alt und ich mache jetzt hier seit einigen Monaten den Mixing Mastering Workshop bei Gangway. Und jetzt ist auch das erste Mal, dass ich direkt an einem Albumprojekt beteiligt bin. Und es wäre einfach geil, wenn wir das umsetzen könnten. Also wir machen hier echt alle mit, ich mache auch noch einen eigenen Song. Es ist einfach ein mega geiles Projekt und dafür brauchen wir eure Unterstützung.
Oh, peace. Thank you so much. That's why you have Cadre. She's telling me there's no sound. Thank you. All right, this happened to me before because I'm always messing around trying to multitask, and I appreciate the support that we got from our people. Hopefully now you can hear me. I know it's a little delay, but let me know you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, give me a fist up, give me a whatever, and let me know that we good to go, because I'm still rolling. I'm still rolling. What I was saying earlier, for those, thank you. What I was saying earlier was that we have an amazing, amazing program for today. Our commitment to you is beyond real. We are here, we are queer, and we are near to victory. So what we're gonna do right now is call up my homegirl. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I was trying to figure out. She's gonna help me out because I need help. And anybody who says they don't need help, they just not being real. I need help. I need help, and having comrades and community throughout the world really, really helps. Mr. Vitz, I'm gonna put you on live. Are you good? You good? Everything's good?
Yes, I am good.
Okay. Thank you so much for
We are
letting me
here.
know that you couldn't hear anything.
No, that's fine. That happens, you know.
Yeah, it
Especially
happens a
when
lot
you're
with me
trying to
because
show many things.
yeah, there's a lot of things going on, you know. But I was telling our beautiful people that you've organized basically a lovely kind of show today, you know, or I don't know what we want to call it, edutainment or I gotta find my headphones. Lovely display of variety, and I do want to mention that I appreciate because
Yes,
Olad,
very fun.
yes, he's been rocking with us, and we've been rocking with him for years, and when we talk about cross pollination, when we talk about you know what we're doing, the work we're doing, we just came from the cipher, right? Like we've been starting off talking about the cipher, and we're like, yeah, you know, it's great. This is the work we did. We got to highlight some beautiful people, and you know, smokers in it. You know what I'm saying? So like smokers, and we got to play a little something with smokers there. You know, the people that we've seen also from that come to New York a few times before, but we want to talk about cross-pollination and about like what it is to collaborate and expand our communities, you know. So you know how we do. I don't really have a theme, but I think that's pretty much the theme. You know, I think it really comes down to it comes down to that, right? Like it comes down to like how do we grow an idea, you know, and then find other people who have similar ideas and combine those forces and those talents and make a greater idea. You know, because there's nothing new, right? So I just want to say thank you for coming on. You can introduce, say what you want to say to the party people. I'm so sorry. This is Doreen DeVitz. I'm on fire. I'm like, but you know, if y'all don't know, she's holding us down out there in Europe. She's coordinating things. She's doing things. She manages me and my crazy things in my head. She makes them come to life. So big up to Miss DeVitz, who's been a powerful force. And I said when you couldn't hear me, I was like, you know, what would you do without your cadre? Because like you can't do this alone. You know, you're gonna miss something, and I miss things all the time, and I just gotta admit that shit, I need help. So thank you for helping along the way, every way, making these days easier and possible through fighting, through organizing, through revolutionizing, and at the same time having a vision to bring forward beautiful people. You still connect beautiful people. I feel like for you, you're never like, you're not a pessimist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not skeptic. You know, you're in a way of like, I love people. People are dope. Let's figure a way to make a platform for people all the time. So I just want to say that because I'm on like, so you say what you need to say, and it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Peace, like yesterday, but you know, peace. Let people know who you are, what you're doing, what's popping, what's going on for today.
Yeah, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. You know, I'm gonna get that color of the polka dot dress over here. So, but truly, it's an honor and it's such a blessing. And we've been organizing for years together. But I feel so blessed, especially in these times. I've always feel blessed, but you know, it can get kind of heavy when we see how far we still have to go. But it is a constant struggle, and it's going to take a while. And I think we've been sharing clips with people on our Maroon Mondays and have been bringing people together because we know it's not the world isn't going to look like we want it to be tomorrow. And we were in it for the long haul. And we need a lot of people, like you said. And it's such a pleasure and an honor to be part of this tribe because, it's not easy to find your soul family. And that's really amazing to me that we can keep connecting with people that have the same drive and same force for revolution and use their talent and passion and time and blood, sweat, and tears for all of that. And I feel Olad is definitely one of those people. And I think the things you said about Me Spirit are very much true for yourself. Like I was talking with some other people the last couple of days, and if we should define you in one word, it is revolution. It's just your core and your being. And to be able to work with you and all the people that you've connected with throughout all of these years is such a blessing and so very necessary. And I think Olad, you've known him for a decade plus minus.
Oh my God!
Or longer?
At least. At very least. I want to say, like, I was thinking about it and I was like, damn, I know our sister Leia is not on these platforms, so maybe we can just make a little copy for her and just share it to her. But our sister Leia, who's been joining on Maroon Mondays, big up, who's also donated a generous, large amount for our movement. If you don't know, Maroon Mondays, we out here doing revolutionary praxis, liberation schools. And we ask the people that's organizing with us, because we're not trying to make a big push publicly, because like if you don't know what we're doing, it don't make sense to you, and we're not really trying to, you're not really trying to take your money. But like our elders say, freedom ain't free. And all our work that we're doing, this ECAM, right? Like this whole thing that we're doing right here, that costs money. So we're not asking our people to do that. What we're asking is, our internal people to figure out how to do that. And she has answered the call, and she's blessed us. So like, with the zoom, boom, and the ECAM, bam, wham, bam, thank you, man. And whatever it is, these things are being sponsored by our people. And Leia has been somebody, like I mentioned before, probably not on this platform, one of the first reasons why or how I got out to Europe. It was like meeting her over a decade ago. I'm really horrible with timelines, but it's got to be like probably 12, 13 years now as far as meeting her. And then like about a year and a half later, we were talking about, maybe even a year later, not even that long, she came through to New York. She was organizing out in Camden, and she saw Movement in Motion. She saw our mission statement was at the time. Movement in Motion was a new black arts movement back then, basically developing and creating a cultural revolution. For those of y'all who don't know, just gotta pick it up and brief it up and let you know there's history, right? And then she was like, "Oh, that shit looks dope. Like I love hip hop, and I love the culture, and I also feel like there is a movement that is happening." And the fact that you guys are documenting or getting down with or learning and organizing together around the culture of hip-hop is pretty like something that I want to do. So anyway, she came through. We met. Just a simple email. Like I think it was a website we had at the time, which, websites are crazy. And I think we got to put some more investment to a new black arts movement because, cats ain't really knowing what's going on. Hey, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on email. But we'll get the for those who need the websites to do that. But anyway, she checked it out and she was like, "Yo, let's build." Kind of similar to like what you did, what Art Start, right? Like you did your research, just found you online. You did your homework. You know what I'm saying? You was like, "All right, cool. Who's doing what in what region?" And that's what she did at that time. And like a year later, we had an idea to come out. We didn't know what the hell we were gonna do. Just like most things, like even today, like I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to do something great. As long as you're doing something with great people, it's going to be great. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's build, let's talk, let's connect. And, she was like, all right, cool. Like, come out to Berlin. I'm living in Berlin. And I was like, I've never been to Europe. I'm actually quite afraid of going out there because I don't think that, hey, listen, especially at the time, I was like, listen, I was like, I don't got that many people that rock with me at home. So to carry and to do a whole tour out in Europe, I don't think I got a fan base or a community base or any kind of base. And, the insecurities grow, right? And then she was like, just come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you try it out. She hooked up a few university gigs, a few workshop things that we normally do home, you know, and I was very comfortable and did a few shows, hooked up with EO Dub out there, open mic, which was like end of the week. End of the week was popping in Germany at the time. I didn't even know. I had to go out there to find out. I was like, oh shit. Every time, all the time. And she was like, yo, man, you're doing like hip hop pedagogy. You're doing like kind of like, I mean, you know, for some people, it's social work, you know? And she was like, let me connect you to these dope people who are doing stuff out here, which is utilizing hip-hop as a tool and making it, it was social work. It was embedded in their philosophy, in their career, and it was just a perfect match. Like, they were Gangway Beats was one of the first organizations that we've connected with, you know, like-minded, you know, because we were doing things a lot on the ground in Berlin and whatever. And she was like, nah, these cats right here, Hoof Theater, you know, for those of y'all who are out here, all my Berlin cats, I don't know if it still exists, but they were one of the first institutions that we went to. But as far as an organization, I mean, man, these cats were like doing it. They were on the streets. They were working with young people. I was like, this is who we need to build with. So bringing it full circle, that's how we here. That's how we met, Olad, and, you know.
Okay. I just want to give a quick shout out because we've been mentioning her so many times and I'm just seeing that she's watching. I don't know if she's going to stay on long. So Miss Rashida Aziz, I see that you're watching.
Hey!
We love you so much. We've been talking about the space here in Belgium and how you keep doing the amazing work. She's been organizing so much these past few weeks and continues to do it on and on and on. So much love to you. Just wanted to make sure she hears that. And our brother Olad is watching as well, so I think he'll be ready for us to call him in soon.
Okay, cool. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is why you gotta have your people, because I'm all over the place, and you know, yes, we love you, Rashida. When you're ready, this platform is yours. You know, so we've been trying to get you on, and you're one of the amazing people that we met and got a pleasure to build with and continue to be in touch with out there in Belgium, and you transform my life every day. So I appreciate you, even with your posts, even through waters, I'm still connected to your frequency and in tune with you, no matter how often or not we talk. And Olad, you know, you know, we worked together, we've laughed together, we've drank together, we've seen shows together, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's put me on to people, he's connected me. He's a person who makes moves and allows and wants other people to be moving with him, right? And I think it's really dope how he has his platform. You know, let's not forget Joe, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Blease, who's organizing it and doing his thing and holding it down there. Joe Blease, I mean, like, people, you know, because you ain't nothing without your team, you know what I'm saying? And he has an amazing team. I mean, these cats, we're going to show this trailer in a second, but these cats, just so you know, I mean, I don't know if you can feel the love that we have, the excitement, but if you need a reference or a biography or whatever, these cats, these cats have been to Barcelona. They've done Bronx, Berlin with our boy Far Beyond out here. And even before that, you know, hooking up with Fordham University, going out there, bringing kids from Berlin, from the hood, right? Bringing these kids and being like, y'all want to know what hip-hop is? Okay, yeah. So let me give you a live experience of what it is. Like, you know, as well as mentoring and cultivating that. But it's like, there's something about that education, you know? And that's why I played that video earlier, you know what I'm saying? That you know, because that's their university knowledge, their street knowledge, what they're doing. They've been doing their version of liberation schools since before I met them, you know. And the way that they organize the people, you know, bringing it to a revolutionary sense for our people out there, you know, the way they organize the people is, I mean, I think y'all should take note. Y'all should check them out. Gangway Beats with a Z. And we're going to put links here and all that. But y'all should check out what they're doing. I played the earlier clip because I didn't want to play the trailer yet because I want people to get context. You know what I'm saying? Because this movement didn't start yesterday. you know? And the way they're organizing and doing their thing, you can't start from yesterday because you need an army of resources to do what they're doing. And maybe we'll get some of the secrets and gems for our brother because you can't just wake up today and go, I want to make a documentary and I want to change the world. Or you could, but then you have to wait like 10 years that's gonna take effect. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is they're amazing, they're dope, they're here, and we're gonna play a trailer from them. And if you have anything else to say, Mr. Vitz, say what you got to say.
No, I say let's call him in because he did tell me as he's a busy man, he has only a little window for us, but we're happy he can make time. And we're so honored again that he worked with us on the Cypher, and we had that amazing week in Berlin with our youth. That is a lifelong memory and transformational experience for them. Also with Smoker and all the other people that were there, Nelly, Alex Zoltan, Corey, and obviously the whole team of Gangway, Olad and Joe, and all the beautiful people. So yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, we're gonna check it out. I gotta get my thing back on because Miss DeVitz gave me the info, and the info is on the Book of Faces. So
yes.
Give me a second. Give me a second because my Book of Faces needs to breathe. It's not really updated in the way that it should be probably, and we're moving.
Absolutely, no worries. I think what I wanted to mention as well, we're so in line with what Olad is doing, is he also always brings it back to the hip hop her story. You know, as you mentioned, Spirit, giving people an experience to come to New York and to really also hear it and be connected to the work and the movements that has done that are still doing the work and have come before. You'll also in the trailer you also see Brother Shep, who's one of our amazing people in the community, Black Panther, and Olad as well made it possible together with Spirit to have the youth meet these amazing people who are doing such important work for decades and decades.
Decades, yo, Olad. You have no idea, or maybe you did, years ago when you were like, let's connect with some OGs. Let's get some Panthers on. You just this document. Well, congratulations. We're gonna bring them on, but let me get the trailer. But I'm saying what you did, you made sure cats knew who you was messing with, and that's why we love you. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how to put that in perspective and put that in order. I got it up. Give me 1 second.
I also want to shout out Adama in the process. He's also with us, watching us. Adama is also an amazing MC who was part of the Cypher, who came with us to Berlin, freestyled there with other amazing artists. So thank you as well for being with us, Adama.
All right, so we got it. What up, Adama? We got the Bronx Berlin connection. We got the Europe winner, HHFF. We're gonna explain what that is. All right, cool. Oh yeah. Oh, Harlem Film Festival. Here we go.
Here we go.
Let me say something about segregation, because this university is a great practitioner of it.
She recorded me. Why she recorded me? I don't know. Maybe she get bored of me.
Their notions of their own capacity of how much they can grow expands.
I was a Panther from 1968 to 1975. I started listening to hip-hop for the stories it was telling about young people's experience.
Suis les phalanges derrière le petit écran pendant que sur sable s'affale le dernier survivant du rafio. Fils de raton, finira traqué, matraqué car son bout de carton dans son haillon.
I could have walked away, but I'm not going to do it. I'm a Panther, you know, and it's like, we're not going to do that. We're here for the people.
Aye. Wow. I mean, just even that alone, you know, just that alone.
Right? Just
yes.
1 minute.
Just
1 minute.
What you can capture in a minute. I tell you, bro. All right, cool. I'm gonna call up my brother. I hope I got him because
This should say perfect streaming.
Uh-oh. Let me see what's up. Sorry, party people. 1 second.
In the meantime, I also wanna shout out the amazing filmmaker. I hope I get her name right, Elsie Ndai, for who created the documentary, and I'm sure Olad share a little bit more about that process.
Yes, we calling him now. Hopefully he's available. He's around. Peace, brother. I think we got you.
Peace.
Peace. What's good, family?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Hey, we like to send you, you know, what it is from over here. It's Father's Day, first and foremost. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. We didn't talk about how an amazing father you are. Happy Father's Day.
And to you too, man. To you too.
Yeah, thank you for giving us some time. We good, man. We trying to move and do our thing, and I know you're a busy soul brother, so you out there doing it, and you still doing it. I don't know how you get the time. But he don't sleep. You know. We just wanted. I don't know if you saw. We played earlier. The Street University stuff that you was rocking. I was trying to give our people, our base, some information before playing the trailer. And obviously, first, congratulations for such an amazing honor that you get and have. You know, big up. And also the fact that you have highlighted the original OGs, the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about your process of pedagogy has been consistent, has been something that people need to model. And also at the same time, you're making films like this, going out there, documenting movements. Like, I don't know how you do it, but let the people know who you are, where you at right now, and like how you feeling. Like, what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, first of all, I mean, half the movie wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you and your connections. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. You know what's up. I mean, your network, you know, the whole connection with Brother Shep is because of you and a lot of the other that. So basically, just to give you some background, or like for the people that are watching, I came to Berlin in 2003, basically just doing street social work, like outreach work. And I was dealing with a whole bunch of young kids out here, like ripping around in the streets and like, into all kinds of stuff. And they would always get right into the hip hop thing with me, and like I'm MC this and that, and and I kill everybody on that level. And then to us it was like it was immediately like, okay, we got to do something with that, because obviously there's a lot of like there's a fascination with this culture. Like I got 15-year-old Palestinian kids who want to discuss whether Biggie or Tupac was better and all that, and I was like, what are you talking about, And so that's how it all got started, and we set up like creative writing, and I think the thing that really like bothered me the most is that a lot of young people here would like black culture to them was basically a bunch of misogyny, gangster rap, movies that they would watch, and they would make statements like, I want to be like one of those cool guys in the projects with the guns, And I was like, well, how do you even begin to talk about that? And then I was like, okay, let's get a grant together, and then let's just go. We had like a group back then, and the idea was to go once, and just to spend time in the community and talk about police brutality and racism and all of the things that hip hop is connected to in terms of like the civil rights struggle and all of those things. It's like preaching to the choir right now, what I'm saying? But,
go on.
So and so we went, and it was amazing. Because it was there, but it was also amazing. And then we just kept it going, and then we started producing these albums with kids from the streets, and it was all about hip hop education. And it kind of grew from that. And so today we've been in so many different countries with the exchange project, and we started. But it all happened because of people like yourself, like Far Beyond, like Dr. Nason up in Fordham, making connections, and that's the only reason why the whole thing was able to sustain itself for this long, because of people like yourself. So thank you for that.
Right on. Yeah, man. And you said coming in 2003. Let our people know where you coming from, because a lot of people don't know. I mean, if you feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when I met you, I thought, your German is fluid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this brother guy, he's been here. You know what I mean? So like, you know, let them know what's good. Let them know who you are, like where you coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Providence, Rhode Island, and I moved here in 2003. But I also spent a big chunk of my childhood in Germany, but wasn't in Berlin; it was in Hanover. And so I was like, I was never gonna come back to Germany ever again. You know what I mean? After I had some childhood experiences, and they weren't that pleasant to me. You know what I mean? And so then I ended up in Berlin for like private reasons or whatever, and it was. Berlin is like the European version of New York City. It's not like the rest of the country. You know what I mean? It's not like it is the only city indeed that I would live in. If somebody told me I'd have to leave Berlin, I'd move back to the States in a heartbeat. Even though right now there's a whole different struggle going on. So I know you out there in them streets organizing and all that. So
right.
That's a beautiful thing right there. So but so we got here and we started doing this work and yeah. And like so and I spoke German. My mom was German, and like so after a few years here it came back, and it's kind of like riding a bike. So now my German is fluent, and so I'm sort of like bilingual and have both passports now, you know what I mean? So I'm able to just jump it back and forth. And that's it in a nutshell. But just to bring that to the point, we started with this idea to put together an album and like bring all these kids together and just rap, spit. And it's not about like censorship. It's not about telling them you can't say this or that. It's not about that. It's about whatever you talk about has to be grounded in reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be something that really goes on in your community. And so that can be the pretty flower on the street corner, but it could also be fights in front of your building if that's an issue there. So and when you do that, you have young people who fill their rhymes, or previously have always filled their rhymes with a bunch of cliches and words just to fill rhymes, but because they didn't. So now all of a sudden you get into like research, Google searches, maybe even watching the documentary about a certain matter with the motivation to make music, and that's when it becomes education, and so today we've gotten to the point where we have funding through different organizations. Now, the kids learn how to produce their own beats, how to mix and master their music, how to shoot their own music videos, edit them. So it's all about like really like learning how to do everything yourself. You know what I mean? Which makes you an independent artist. You don't have to wait for the dude to always come up with the beat for you. You can do it yourself. So that's how it grew over the years, and learn all the different elements to what they do to do it for themselves.
Yeah, I do want to say one thing. Like we appreciate your Native Instrument Connect. You know what I'm saying, because that has helped our young people out here. To produce high quality music, and the people. I mean, there's a lot of us out here who's doing this work. But I think what's really like commendable with you, like where I just salute, is the fact that you're pretty much like a whole industry or record label for the people. You provide this high quality industry atmosphere. They're not just making beats on any Casio. Like you provide a space where they're making beats through machine, through Native Instruments. Like your connections that you have to make this resourceful for the people and the community. I think is just something that's like beyond necessary. We don't have those resources, as we struggle. And I think the way you're able to, like, I don't know, a modern day hip hop, Robin Hood, whatever you want to call it, of just being like, hey man, you got that resource, I got some people that need that. And I think that shows also with your pedagogy, but your leadership. Like you always put the kids in the forefront. You've given them that university experience. However, whatever space you have, you've created that, so I think that's really dope. I know Doreen has something to say or to ask you. I'm taking over too much. I'll pass it to her. I'm sorry. I just want to say we love you for that.
Yeah, no, it's all good and it's all relevant, Spirit. It's like you say, Ola, we're so glad to be connected, and I learned so much from you as well, working with you on the cipher, and it's so amazing to see how aligned we are with always bringing it back to the history of hip hop, to social justice topics, to keeping it real, like you said, being a journalist of your environment and really sharing with people what your story is, what your environment is, and teaching whatever skills the youth wanna grab, like from making beats to making documentaries to video. You're so hands-on all the time, and you connect all the time as well. And I wanted to ask you as well how you feel that connection between Berlin, Bronx, and other international projects like the Cypher. And I know you've worked with France as well. Like how you feel, what does that give to the young people, and why is it so necessary that we keep connecting those stories?
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned earlier, Spirit. You mentioned end of the week, and so kind of like that's kind of like, and I'm thinking in those right now in terms of we're all doing work. You know, I'm doing work, you're doing incredible work, and there's a lot of other cats who are doing work, and we all have different connections. And instead of like keeping those connections to ourselves, we ought to come together and really create a global movement. Because the thing is, the more I think about it, is like you have so many opportunities for kids who are doing well academically. You know, you have the you have different opportunities to go abroad, study abroad programs. You have the Fulbrights and all that. We need a Fulbright for the streets. You know what I mean? We need like opportunities. I want to like try to reach out to those kids who are currently still on the corner, who might just now be in the process of deciding, am I going to go this way or that way? You know what I mean? And they don't need some structures against the law. They don't need none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They need to be motivated, and they need signals. You know, like in terms of you're important. You know, you're part of everybody is important. So everybody has opportunity. Why? You know what I mean? And so it's like if we all were to come together and use our connection, we, I believe, could really make this happen. Like if we had a grant, let's say $1 million. Sounds like a lot of money. I don't think it's that much money. You know what I'm saying? $1 million for these types of kids. You know what I mean? Like kids from the door, kids that you're working with, or artists, and all of these, and to dish out this money to programs that do good work, to give them opportunities to come to Switzerland, to Berlin, to Paris. Because if you've ever done it and you see, and you've seen it, you know what I'm saying? You've done it. You come back home, and even if it's just 10 days abroad, it's like, yo, I just made it to Berlin. Next time I can make it to Paris. Next time I can go to wherever. Maybe I will go to community college now. You know, maybe I won't go that way. Maybe I'll go this way now. And that's what it's about to me. You know what I mean? Because we've given up on a lot of these kids. And so just, even if you're just reaching a portion of them, it sends a signal to the larger community. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's important. You guys are great. And like, so yeah. So I don't know how to begin that process, but I would love for all of us to come together EO Dub style in all these different countries, connect on some platform, exchange, share, connect. A native connection, you have that connection. Maybe you know somebody in an airline that can get like a deal on plane tickets or something. And if we use those resources together, we could make a lot of shit happen.
Hey man, listen, you're already doing it. You're already doing it. As the Panthers would always say, you had the dream, you had the vision, you're actualizing it. You don't gotta wait. You are the Fulbright. You are that opportunity. I've seen you. I know you. For those who don't know, y'all need to check them out. We're going to put a website. And also, I just want to shout out the fact that you're even taking it into prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we'll talk about the document for 1 second. But like that work right there, you working in a prison with the letter writing, exchanging, working where people aren't seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, or not being seen. You know, and I think that is another highlight of your vision and your eye. You know, like you're like, all right, cool. Like we're gonna be in the hood, but also a lot of our people are taking out the hood. So we're gonna go wherever our people are and let them know what we're doing. You know, so I really do commend that. And I do want to ask you, what's next for this film process? Like, so when you win this award, this prestige, what happens? What's going on?
Yeah, and congratulations on the European win, right? Because you won the European one already, and now it's going further.
Yeah, we won the year. It happened in Rome a couple of weeks ago. I've never been to Rome.
Woo!
So it breaks my heart. But I gotta give a shout out to Alcy, who is the French filmmaker that I made this movie with, and she's amazing. She brought all the heart and all the vision into this project, but we did it together. And so now it's coming to New York. It was supposed to come to New York in August. The film festival in Kenya is happening, I think, this weekend. So all of the European one already happened, and all the winners from the different continents come to New York for the final, for the main film festival, and the winner gets a distribution deal. So you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna think about us winning that thing. I'm just glad we're in the main festival at this point, and you know what I mean. So it's amazing, but it's because of Alcy. She really brought a lot of vision into this project, and she is just amazing. Your sister from France lives in Canada right now, and I hope we can be there for the festival, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're slated to be in New York with 20 kids in November. I don't think that's gonna happen. We're meeting next week in the park, having a big cipher, and we haven't canceled yet. But I'm going to let them know that it is highly unlikely that it's going to happen this year, and that we might have to push into next year's spring. We'll see what happens, man.
Hey man, listen, you still got it. You still got it going on, and I know you're still working with the young people. So for all our people out there, if you're making beats, I made a call not too long ago. It's not just about the exchange. It's about like what you do before the exchange happens, and those connections have to start on the ground. So he's looking for people who make beats, who can do graphics, whatever it is you're doing, you know what I'm saying, come hit us up. We'll plug you in, make that international community, connecting, continuing, moving on.
Yeah.
And whatever you need, brother, we here for you. You know what I'm saying? So whether y'all come in November or whether y'all come in September, whatever your dates work out. I know there's a thing with November. You like November for a reason, you know? So, you know, but
man.
Whatever it works out, you know, we here for you. Whatever you need. You was also with us out in Rikers, you know what I'm saying? So I also want to say that, you know, like the fact that you took a lot of young people, and I forgot about that. So many things we collaborated and doing. You came to New York and you was like, yo, part of the program is we're going to bring 20 of our young people. We're going to just go up in Rikers. I'm like, what? Okay, we'll try to make that happen. And I think actually because of you, they stopped us from doing that. You know, so that call that we did, I think there was nobody else allowed. We had too many people on the clearance list. We had so many issues. They were like, yo, what are all these international people? Are they observers? Are they going to report us? Hell yeah, we watching you. We got people all over the world looking after our young brothers and sisters inside. So I thank you for bringing that, because you brought that fire to them, and they were like, oh shit, we gotta like step our game up, you know.
Yeah.
So
But you know, but out of all these years, there was the highlight of like 11 groups, and that was going to Rikers twice with that group because of your connection. By the way, it's probably the highlight of all those years. And we talked about this for so long. I run into kids now that were part of that group. We still talk about it to this day, because you can, you know, they all watched the Khalif Brada story before we went to Rikers, and thing to talk about it, to be there and to actually talk to these brothers and see that there's all African American and Latino kids in there, Latinx kids. You know what I mean? And it's like it's like, you know, I do another thing in Chicago. We go to Cook County, and like 97% of the inmates are black and brown, and they're all from 4 communities in Chicago. You know, so it's so blatantly obvious what's going on. But you can talk about it, and it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to see it for yourself, and that was tremendous for the groups that have made it to Rikers.
Right on.
Yeah, I wish we could go back. That was dope.
I wish you could have you back. I tell you, they were scared. They were just like, we got all these. I don't know if we could do it again. But you shook them. You shook them behind the walls. But I tell you, our young people love it. You brought, not only did you bring young mentors and other artists to learn, but a lot of our kids from the Bronx, from Brooklyn, from Queens, wherever they coming from, they were learning from y'all. I mean, to hear and see people speaking German, like your B-boys that were there, they were performing. They did a performance. They shared their stories. They work. I mean, that the humanity, right? Like breaking down all those things. The education that you did prior to them coming in there, prepping them to be like, yo, these aren't prisoners. These are our people. These are like your brothers and sisters. Whatever you did, that magic, because I know you're doing magic, that magic that you did allowed them to be open and allow our kids to be open to be like, oh shit, like even Doreen, people are rocking the Flemish, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that? People rocking the German. Like, so like that kind of thing was like brought to them. You can't travel. We can't get that for you. We're going to bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring it, and you helped us do that. And I love you every time for doing that, everywhere in the world. I know you're a busy brother. I know Doreen probably has one more thing to ask you, and then we're going to take it away. One more. Okay, cool. We try to keep you forever, bro.
Yeah, because he got to go. But my last question would be to you, Ola, because of all your experience, your artistry, your work with the youth, your social worker. What would be your advice to an artist, a social worker, a youth these days in these times? What would be your advice to them in this moment?
Don't wait. You know what I mean? It's like it's basically why we decided to do another Gangway Beats edition now, because kids are so isolated now. They're already advantaged in so many different ways, and now all of a sudden, even just I don't know, like having to be on the corner with my homie is all of a sudden a privilege. You know what I mean? And you're threatened. The state has so much power now over all your everyday life. And for Black and brown youth, they already have a lot of power over their lives. And now it's even more so. They can't even go outside. They have all these reasons to stop you and to enforce all these rules on you. So if I'm a social worker and I have an idea, just make it happen. Don't wait for people to be like, you have to do this first and you have to write this person first. I mean, try to make connections. You know what I mean? Like social media is full of people who are trying to organize and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's always the money. You know what I mean? So if you've done it long enough, it becomes easier, because at first you have to write all these complicated grant applications. But then if they know your work, it becomes easier because they already know you're doing good work. And then it's, you know what I mean? If you build up a network of people that you're staying in touch with, and that's the hard work, like, I don't know, writing Christmas cards, and here's this new trend, that's also part of it. But if you build up a network, you know what I mean, and you make connections and you keep in touch and you build up your network like that, it gets easier and easier. It's hard in the beginning, and I have to say, I work for a large organization, what makes it a lot easier for me. I have this gangway in the back of me when, if I want to do something and I don't have all the money, I'm just going to front it through my organization and I get the money later. So, organization, or if you're like trying to organize yourself, you don't have that luxury. I can't just take $10,000 out of my bank account, because I don't even have my point of view, but also now, I'm in a different situation. I'm in a privileged situation, and you know what I mean? And a lot of cats don't have that. So that's why it brings me back to that whole coming together thing. You know what I mean? Making it a global movement and trying to help each other to make shit happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, if I was something in Belgium, I wouldn't know the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Doreen, I want to come to Belgium. How do I make it happen? So and same thing here. You know what I mean? We have 2 studios, we have machines, we have all this stuff that if you guys come here with a group, no questions asked, I'll give you the key and you can just use the studio or whatever. And if we could make that happen on the global level, I mean, New York is like a super expensive city. So if I can use your resources when I'm there with my kids, that's like cash, and that's like cash. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to spend all this money on all these different things. So yeah. Let's do it EO Dove style.
Right on. Yo, we thank you. I was just on the phone with Brother Shep. He says peace. He knows you're about to talk. If y'all don't know, Brother Shep, original OG Black Panther, who was in that film, that trailer that you saw. We're gonna put the links for everybody who's out there. But we still looking for you, and I know he enjoys every time doing workshops with the young people that you bring. He gets excited. He's always like, "When's Ola coming?" You know what I'm saying? So I like he's always ready. He like pulls people. Another brother who's been working. So yeah, he says what's up to you and says peace and continue doing that work. We always talk about you. We always have you in our hearts.
That was so funny, man, when we went to New York at the Goethe Institute in downtown in Manhattan, and Bro Shep came through with a bunch of Panthers, and they put up all these Panther flags, and you know what I mean? And the security dude, right? The security dude, I know that he voted for Trump, which I just know this. I just know this through the person that runs the office. So he was very uncomfortable. Then he walked up to Andrea, who's running the Goethe Institute, and like, "Is this okay with all this Panther stuff?" And she's like, "Well, why wouldn't it be? You know what I mean?" I was loving that because he was in culture shock. You know,
yes.
We're making the Panthers great again up in here. Man, he wasn't feeling that.
Word. Right on. Right on. Hey, man, we love you.
That's what we want to
love
hear.
you.
I'm going to quote you on that.
Yeah, happy Father's Day once again. Thank you so much for dropping by. We're going to put the links on for our people. And you know, we're going to keep building. I'll be out there. You come over here. We got it. We family. Mikasa Sukasa family.
Peace.
Peace,
Thank
peace.
you
Salute.
so much. Peace.
That's our brother, Olad. Yeah.
Yeah, so cool to see him and to have him on and share his wisdom, because he definitely has so much to share and to say.
Yes. Listen, man. You know, it's hard to contextualize a conversation like that in whatever 15 or whatever minutes, and I forget about time. I forget. Doreen's always on me like, he can't be on for too long, but we can keep talking about you though, since you know. So you know, we love you for bringing that vibe, that energy, that vibration. I'm telling you, if you don't know, if you out in Germany, if you out in anywhere in Europe, because what Doreen did with the cipher, you know, one of the first organizations that she leaned on for support as far as partnering was Gangway Beats. You know what I'm saying? Before even the organizations in her own country in Belgium, because we were like, yo, these people have a structure. They've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? You can lean on them. So all I was helping mentoring us while we were doing the cipher, because we haven't done anything on an international scale. We've had our people, I've traveled, you know what I'm saying, but we haven't brought young people, you know, on the school bus and brought them to another country. Like, that's a whole nother animal. And this cat's been doing it, you know what I'm saying, for like, shit, I mean, almost 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that kind of work and that vision is something that, you know, we have to salute and commend. And I know there's gonna be books about him, about you, bro. And I think it's really important for people to see that there's been this thing going on. You know, like a lot of people are like, oh, when's revolution happening? And you know, like, and you know, and some people taking it personal because I'm kind of like talking to people. And I'm not really talking to you directly. I'm talking to the sentiments and the vibe of like, you are the revolution. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people call me patronizing or like sarcastic or whatever. Like, I'm just the way I am. But you are the revolution. Like, there's nothing to wait for. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all doing it and we here, and this is what it is. Like, so, you know, when you see someone like all that on our network and you want to connect, don't act like don't make excuses. What he said was don't wait. Don't wait. And if you talk to any Panthers, any Young Lords, any OG, they tell you, don't wait. Seize the time. Seize the time. And if you need help or resources, we are here to help you. Don't say 10 years, 15 years. I had an idea, I had a thought, and I just couldn't move because whatever was on my, you know, shoulders, or I had too much work. No, like, we all share the work. We share the network. That's what we have it for, right? That's our net worth. So like, come tap into us and we'll tap into you. It's reciprocity. We'll make it happen. That's all I had to say about it. I just want to, you know, I can't keep more to tell him, but like, he's an example. He's an example. And like, he's
absolutely.
You know?
He holds it down, and he's been holding it down for so many years. And I think that's one of the beautiful things that we're doing with these programs of 10 wins on Mondays and here on this international channel, and just sharing the revolutionary family that is out there. Because I know people can feel alone in these times. You know, it's a lot. But just know that there are so many beautiful souls that have been doing this work for decades, that have so much wisdom and knowledge to share. If you're willing to listen, if you're willing to build, if you're willing to put yourself out there a little bit, just hit those people up and connect, like he said.
Word. Big up to Miss Madison. Big up to Jade. I'm sorry, we got so into our conversation. Big up to my man Lucci. Lucci, yo. Lucci was actually we're gonna have him on. We gotta have you on, brother, because my man Lucci was at one of our, I won't shout out too much, but he was at one of the places that we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, as far as like working with young people. He's a father right now. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Like, I mean, so, right, you know, happy Father's Day to you too as well, Jay, you know what I'm saying, and Miss Madison, you know what I'm saying, like raising your son, you know, like, I mean, you all fathers, you know what I'm saying, and you fathers that mother. But one thing about this young brother, you know what I'm saying, like he's creating videos, he's creating his network, and actually he was at one of the places that, you know, Mickey Hustles went out there to Berlin, and Mickey was mentoring at this this spot that we were meeting some people, and Lucci was one of the artists that we met under this kind of vibration, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to say too much of that. I just want to say that we have people that we have history with, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and her story, and we're bringing it to fruition, you know, because, you know, everything is everything, you know, so that's all I'm saying.
I'm just laughing because you know you're such a matriarch spirit. Also on this day, on Happy Father's Day, and connecting so many communities and amazing people we work with, and it's such a beautiful feeling to feel all that family. I also want to shout out Khadija Aziz, one of the beautiful sisters as well, who's so incredibly powerful in her beauty and in everything she does, and Jan from Cinema. They're also one of our partners that work with us for last week. So together with Cinema and Graffiti VZ3, and yes, when Antwerp over here in Belgium, we go into the youth detention facilities, and they're also an amazing partner. So thank you so much, Jan, as well, for being with us. That's what we're talking about, family, and we're about to call another one.
Hey,
because he is ready. He told me he's ready.
Okay, you thought it was over. Which one should I hit him with? The new one or the original one?
You talking about the Gangway Beats trailer?
No. As far as tapping in Ali, what should I hit him with? I'm gonna hit him with the original, and if it's some problem, because I know he hit me with something else last time. As young brother, we try to have him last week. We're gonna try with this original. We tried to have him last week, and we couldn't have it, but it looks like we got it now. Yes, it is. Whoa! We made it work. Peace, brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on, Ali, and on sharing this platform with us. We've been building for the last couple of weeks together. We haven't, and this is also a beautiful example of, you know, sometimes you have people that you've known for decades, and sometimes you just meet beautiful souls along the way, not so long ago, but we felt we have so many people in common. So, Ali, I met you like, I think a couple of months ago on a youth training, and I was like, I saw him, and sometimes you have this inkling with people, right? And I'm like, I have to build with that brother. And I'm so happy we got connected more and more. He's also a friend of Spittler, who's one of our youth on the Cypher, just to bring it back and to see how connections work and family goes. So much love to Spittler as well. And Ali has been a force as well the last couple of weeks on our Maroon Mondays. So we just want to ask you how you are, and obviously to share with us what you do with Ayeo's Place, because that's your vision of bringing, you know, healing community into this world, which is so needed these days. So feel free to share whatever you want to share, brother.
Thank you, Doreen, and thank you, Spirit. Actually, I was just I was explaining to a friend. This is Asia. Shout out to Asia.
Hey, peace.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And I was just explaining, and I was like, oh my God, I have the call that has to come, let the phone. And I was explaining also about connections and why we connected. And I was just saying, Spirit is the other soul of me, you know. Sometimes we find our existence in many human bodies, and and also I think the reason why we met at the youth training, the reason why I met Spittler, and all this is just that the universe is trying to get together those people with the same minded and the same energy. We vibrating on the same wave. So you guys sent a message, and I was channeling for a message, and I'm very much blessed to get connected with you guys and start this journey of community and healing in a global sense, and also learning from one another. It means a lot to me that now that I have a connection with the spirit in America, who is in touch with Eric Gardner's mother and family, and this for me is something that I needed to gain in 2020, the connections that are soul healing, and yeah, Ayeyo's place also attracted you guys, and I have a lot to learn from you guys, and I'm starting off with the energy of healing myself spiritually, and also when you're in a fight against the matrix or the controlling powers, we intend to become also part of the matrix, which is we are just fighting the matrix and we're in the matrix, but we don't have to. We have to be aware that we exist beyond the matrix, beyond our struggles. So healing, community work, caring for one another, eating together, cooking for a friend, babysitting for friends, sharing your basil herbs with your neighbor, all those things. You know, Ayeyo's place is a dream that is just now a seed, and the seed starts with today, and we will see where we reach with that seed.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. What you're doing is creating dope T-shirts. With all sorts of, there you go, with all sorts of amazing messages that are so needed to hear. So what brought you on to that vision of creating Ayeyo and doing it through different ways, through the T-shirts, to community, like you said, through gardening? What brought that together for you?
Honestly speaking, and since it's a channel that I really promise that I'll be authentic, and I will be authentic in 2020, and I will share. All right, hold on. And I have no idea. Ayeyo is basically my grandmother. It's in Somali, Ayeyo means my grandmother, rest in peace. And my grandmother was the figure that I grew up with when I was living with civil war, with poverty, with running around from one refugee center to another, or one country to another country. So that lady has taught me some of the ethics that I really adore, as much as I adore the ethics of Rumi or Paulo Coelho. Or she had amazing practices. Like my grandmother would just go and butter a tree, a cracked tree, dried up tree, and I would ask her, why are you buttering up? And she says, no, the trees also need to have a soft skin, so this coconut oil or whatever butter natural she was using helps. When a homeless person comes and passes by our door, she lets him in, or her, and she had 14 children, so it was like a closet. You can choose clothes, every size. There was all sizes. So she would let the homeless person take a shower, change clothes, eat the food, and go. Give them some money and say good luck with their journey. So I grew up with that, and we came to Europe, and almost all my family started enjoying capitalism. And in that sense, I wanted to bring back my grandmother's energy, which is kindness is the way that we can really change the world. And but the t-shirts also is just to fund me, because I really literally have to have a boundary on how self-care and helping community works, because sometimes I could give my last €5 for bread that I may not have also, or and that is not healthy for the future long run of the community fighting the big forces. So I'm learning also what is kindness, or should we be all the way kind? But in Ayeyo's place, the t-shirts is just to fund the community, because I also have a job now, so I have income, and this is side business. So I made €500 this month, and we use that €500, €300 to register a kit who had a problem with the government, so he had to find a school, and he had to register in 2 days or he would go back to jail. So, and the other we used for groceries. We do that, and when we get donations, we do that, and when we sell extra T-shirts, we do that. But also now I wanted to really work, because Black Lives Matter. When I sold this T-shirt on the website, it said, and on the invoice, that whoever buys 30% of this will go to a Black Lives Matter cause in America, and that is the cause that I want to choose, which is Eric Gardner's mother. Where is the source? And through that, so it will be donating July to this amazing connection that we have formed, and also create I Can't Breathe catalogs. I really do create catalogs not only for myself to make money or to fund my activities, but also for youth, for underprivileged kids, like for people like we have police brutality also in Belgium, and I met Ayub, the brother of Mehdi, and we're gonna be making justice for Mehdi in Ayeyo's place, and whatever income we get from that will go to his family. Not even just this year, but as long as Ayeyo's place is selling T-shirts, when we sell one or we sell 100, that money goes to that family. And not only Ayub's family, but we're in touch to meet Mauda's family, Lamin's family, Adil's family, and all the other names that we have missed. So
awesome. That's so powerful. Thank you so much for all that amazing work that you're doing.
And what Ali's talking about is, for y'all who don't know, he's made a pledge even from far to connect and collaborate, and to put his energy and also resources, where his mouth is. He's talking about July 17th. We're doing a major action for Eric Gardner's family, and there's going to be one right here, right down the block. So for y'all who think we're just talking internationally, we're actually doing something right down the block from right here on Staten Island. Eric Gardner's family, it's a legacy. It's something that we need to continue on, and he's assisting with that movement, with the shirts, but even through the process of educating people on why they're where their money's going, right? Or why they're buying something. It's not about how much is raised, it's about the process of education. So that facilitation, we commend you, I commend you, because you don't, like, people don't know you here. So for you to feel a connection for people that don't know you, and to give unconditionally, I think that's what the world should be doing. We all know. But what you're doing is exemplary. So I salute you, and thank you so much for, we just met on an intimate level and being like, look, I heard the call, I heard a message, I'm going to answer the call, and not only am I going to answer the call, I want to be here to have a conversation on the call, and I'm going to submit and give you some things for that call, because I hear some things. So it's not just picking up the phone. It's not just picking up that universal tone, right? It's about like action, and the awareness that you have and the articulation. So I just wanted to say that. I know Doreen has a few more questions, but I just wanted to really say salute and love to you, brother, for doing that. And we got so much work that we're doing and we're going to do together. And I'm excited to have you on this journey with us. It's dope.
Same.
Absolutely. And talking about calls, you answer the call in so many ways, Ali. And one of the ways is through Maroon Mondays. And we've been inviting people, or we've been sharing, as you know, everywhere that we're doing this process and still inviting people to it. So I just wanted to ask you what your experience of that has been and what it has meant to you so far.
Honestly speaking, it's an amazing community that I haven't yet got to know, but it makes me feel comfortable and not stressed at all. And also there is, how can I say, there is a structure and there is a meaning to what we're doing, and it's beautiful. Some people are there to learn, some people are there to teach, some people are there to listen, and Maroon Mondays will be a Maroon Monday, but as Spirit always says, we can't leave people behind. So I'm happy that I'm in a place, a community where they give a chance for everybody to get in the first step together. So, but as you know, the word maroon itself is it gives me the vibes, yo. I remember Harriet Truman and all the Maroons in Haiti. I could feel the ancestors' spirit whenever I'm in that show. So I learn a lot also from Maroon Mondays. And I was once telling my friends in Belgium, they always tell me like, Ali, why are you always focused in America or that? No, I'm not only always focused in America. I have connection friends from Palestine, from Gaza, from Yemen, from Egypt, from Ethiopia, from Uganda, from Tanzania, from Congo. I would be very happy if we could connect with the whole world, because the far right, Steve Bannon, had a European tour, and he was coming and activating all far right extremist cells, you know. And in that time, my community weren't having the urgency for us also to do. We were sharing about Steve Bannon coming and meeting Dries van Langehoven, or them meeting and organizing, because the far right is now organizing more than the progressive people who believe in unconditional love and peace and kindness and solidarity and justice. So I decided, hey, you know, if that call comes, answer it with 200%. Even though now I'm the most busiest person that I can say in my life, I literally had to build my own closet and my own table, and I had a meeting with an amazing friend who didn't mind me doing this show also. But what I mean is, it's great to connect. We have to connect together, because what we're facing is connected. There are machines, like Bob Marley said, people who are destroying the world don't take a day fucking off. So who are we not to take 2 days off? And who are we not to connect with friends? Who are we not to take 1 hour of our day to make a worldwide connection, where in the future also we can fly to, where we can coordinate with, you know, where we can work on the ground with. So in my sense, I think what we're doing and how we're doing is a way for me that my destiny is calling, and I'm answering my destiny's call. So
yes,
awesome.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and just because you mentioned it, and you have that beautiful flag behind you, and I've seen you post things about it. I know you always do, but more recently as well, you've been talking about solidarity for Palestine. So I just wanted to check in with you if you want to share anything about that, because also Spirit Child has always heavily been involved with solidarity for Palestine. So I just wanted to give you all the chance to say a little bit more about this.
Well, actually, I'm not the DJ, but if I was on Spirit side, I would say Black Power is Palestine. You know, I like in my head, and I listened to that song, and I knew that Spirit was also for Palestine. I think I will not waste my time to talk about Palestine, because it's the most important question I could get asked. I always say the only people in the world that are free are the Palestinians. We all are occupied. We have no freedom, because Palestinians were protesting for the last 2 years with a sniper on their head, on their legs, and medics and journalists, elderly, younger, children. And it wasn't like when they bombed saying Hamas retaliation, but they were just killing. And what I saw also was something dangerous in the world of activism, that I had to take a little break from Palestine and keep my activism in a very low, connected directly to the community that's there that I know. Because I really don't talk about or how I help, but I help financially also in Palestine, in Gaza, and in West Bank. And for me, the first time I walk to the world, it was about the Palestinian issue. And it started with the Palestinian issue, learning other systematic oppressions, because I don't want to give the idea that I'm against Judaism. It's not that, and I'm not going to go explain the basics. I'm going to explain the most important thing about Palestine now, and those who are following can follow. Those who are not following, it's up to them. And I think end of this month, Palestine will be annexed. West Bank, Trump and Netanyahu has a plan to annex parts of all the illegal settlements which crisscrossly go around Palestinian people in the West Bank, and that was something very important to me to say. No, we cannot allow the extinction of Palestinian, because if we as activists really allow the extinction of Palestinian, then there is nothing more to fight for. There's no police brutality to fight, because the police that is killing and that is stepping on the necks is trained in Israel. The tear gases they're using is produced in Israel. Every Western police goes to Israel to train. Israel is the importer of terrorism and brutality to the whole world. They actually monopoly holders, I say, except Saudi Arabia, and there is their sister company. Anyways, and the Palestinian issue is very important to us because they are the last indigenous people who are fighting in our generation. Palestinians represent the same indigenous people that America has murdered 200 years, and they're still fighting, and they still exist, and they will still exist. And I hope we don't lose this battle, because if we cannot stand up to the injustice that our Palestinians are facing, if we cannot boycott Israel, if we cannot pressure our parliaments to stop working with Israel, to stop producing weapons, like in Belgium now, Erbil, there's a big factory that produces weapons for Israel, and there also we have to hold our politicians also accountable. We don't have to just protest always in the streets and scream in the embassies. We have to go to the Gemeente, and Gemeente is a county in Belgium. It's called county. So we have to be standing and fighting for our brothers, because without the liberation of Palestine or the freedom of Palestine, I don't think black people will be freed, or black people will be liberated. And the people who are facing the most cruel injustice in the whole world is Palestine. When I came in 2015 to Belgium, I had to be interviewed about on November human rights of children, and they wanted to know about my human rights, the kids from Somalia. And I said, look, my human rights are being violated. I'm being bombed by the Western pay tax funded imperialism, but I can run out. Palestinian kids cannot run out. They cannot go out for safety. Even now, let's say 10 Gazians decide they want to leave, they can't leave. They're already sentenced. It's like a big prison, and it's not only Israel, because what we make a mistake is we follow this activism that's blindly doesn't allow us to understand the whole reality, because Israel is not just oppressing Palestinians alone. That's the problem, because the Muslim community always thinks, yeah, it's only Israel, America, and Europe. No, it's also Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is now normalizing ties with Israel. The Gulf nations, and Turkey itself pretends to be supporter of Israel, while supporter of Palestinian people, while it buys gas from the Gaza offshore. So when you realize these things, you have to be sure where you're wasting your energy, with organizations are you doing, and donate to the Palestinian people. They're facing COVID-19, they're facing illegal occupation, water cuts, call whatever injustice in the whole world exists. It exists in Palestine, and we should not allow the Palestinian land and existence to disappear. So I get really emotional when it comes to the Palestinian issue, because white people now all of a sudden came out saying Black Lives Matter, and I was praying this week, I hope I wake up to a lot of white people saying Free Palestine, and also Christian people who are evangelicalists, or I have no problem with whatever religion you follow or Protestant, but please remember Jesus was black, and Palestinian Muslims and Christians love each other. Visit the Christians, listen to, even the Christians don't have it easy, you know, and the church get demolished. There was a church demolished a few weeks ago or a week ago, and but also Palestinians teach me the best thing that I've ever learned in the whole world. Palestinians are the most intersectional people I've ever seen in my life, and they fight for every cause. Palestinians fight for the women's rights. I'm not going to say there's a woman right 100% there, but Palestinian women are seen as equal when they're fighting for their whole rights and when they're living together. Palestinian Christians help Palestinian Muslims on the checkpoints when the iftar goes with dates and water. And there is Palestinian LGBT community that are not attacked as much as the other communities are attacked. So in my sense, Palestinians are a very complete human beings who have taught me a lot of lessons, and I'm so honored honored to also be a good Facebook friend of Linda Sarsour. And Linda Sarsour is an activist in America. Spirit probably knows her for sure. And Linda is a Palestinian American who is the forefront for fighting for black cause, for black bodies, police brutality. So I also, when I fight for the Palestinian cause, it's a call for my Palestinian family. I'm not a Palestinian, but the freedom of Palestine depends on my freedom.
Hey, listen. I think everything you said is right on, and I mean, you are Palestine. I'm Palestine. We all Palestine, right? I mean, that's what we're trying to get people to understand. Like, Black lives, we black is a state of mind. It's who you are. We also want to send some love to Hada Big Tubman, and also her sister Shadia Mansour. We work closely with them. Existence is Resistance. They've been bringing tours, hip hop tours to Palestine, bringing Dead Prez, Hassan Salam, Immortal Technique, Rebel Diaz, Intikana. Like, cats have traveled through and connected, you know, on the ground, doing workshops, doing work, doing this solidarity work that is, well, as you say, is our humanity. That's what it is. Like, we've always done this. I also want to shout out Dam, you know, one of the first hip-hop groups out there in Palestine, taking the legacy of Public Enemy and being like, yeah, you know, you want to hear some Arabic hip-hop? We're going to talk about fuck the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been talking about that shit. Who's the terrorist? No, you the terrorist. They've been saying that shit for a long motherfucking time. So we want to give love to all of our people. We follow you. We're with you every day. You know what I'm saying? We're organizing in the streets, and you're always in our hearts and souls. So I really appreciate you, Ali, for bringing this kind of holistic perspective and connecting. You know, every time I see you when we're on the calls, you know, you always have this background. You got the flag behind you. You know what I'm saying? You got the Palestine flag. So every time I see you, it's how you live, it's how you are, what you represent, what you embody. You know, and I think we all need to walk with that same example. You know, don't be Superman and Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? If you're a revolutionary, you're a revolutionary every day. You know, you talk to your mother, you talk to your grandma, you talk to whoever, and you don't change your clothes just because you see them. You know, so I appreciate you for keeping your clothes on, brother, and rocking it on your skin, you know? So yes. You embody this, and we're going to win.
Thank you. Really, when I listen to Black Power, your music, I was like, oh, I'm definitely sure this music is going to be a power that is liberating the whole world. And when I heard Black Power is Philistine, I was like, oh, yeah, it hit me hard, you know? And I always tell my friends, Palestinians really teach us courage. They teach us because we are not yet living with 10% of the police brutality checkpoints that Palestinians live with. I just want to tell people, because I don't know how many countries in the world democracy use skank water. Israel uses skank water and just going around, and Israel tear gases kindergarten schools. It's just the injustice is too much, but also the resistance is beautiful. You know, Palestinians are the most courageous people that exist in the whole world. Also kindness. I love kindness, and I always say the only thing we leave behind is kindness, not the car, the house, or the family, or the whatever you owe. You live whatever you've done in this world. So kindness plays a big role in whatever I do. And with Palestine also, it was really something that was very, very difficult for me. And watching 2014 Protective Age, the massacre of the Palestinians, and especially watching the last hour when the ceasefire happened, Shujaya massacre, it was just some things that we should be looking forward. I should be telling my children, I should be telling my grandchildren to tell, even if the criminal court or ICC is not strong enough to punish Israel and America for the crimes against humanity. But Saudi Arabia is bombing the shit out of Yemen now. They dropped 450 bombs in just 2 weeks on a COVID-19 lockdown and a very impoverished city. So I'm not saying Israel is just doing that, but the way Israel does the injustice to Palestinians is just wrong. And also Palestinians teach us resistance. If Palestinians run out, if Palestinians flopped and died in their seas or ran to Egypt or Jordan, we wouldn't be resisting like this. Palestinians encompass generational of courage and what we need. And I send my prayers to them. and because there's also the moon, the planet Mars is on our heads, aligned with the sun and the moon. And when that alignment happened, it was 2001, and we know what happened in 2001, 9/11, and the world we know changed. And on July 1, it's going to be another same energy. That energy will be, so please keep an eye on Palestine, because I feel they're trying to take our destruction on those days so that they can focus on eating the pie of Palestine, cutting into pieces. And when these energies are happening, it's a very a way that people can be manipulated, because our body is 75% of water. We are basically cucumber. So the moon plays a big role, and following the moon signs, and also following and generational, when big events in the world happened, is very important to people. And if you're a Muslim, because I always have Muslim friends and I'm also a Muslim, I always tell them, like, yo, I'm talking about the moon. Don't think that shit is some crazy horoscope thing, because we all Ramadan. So I look the moon every day. Y'all look at the moon once a year. So so it's just that the reason I'm talking about Palestine now is that it's not a conspiracy theory. Already Netanyahu issued that July 1. Before that, they will annex it, and Trump is also going to do that. And I'm sure, because Jerusalem was given away the same way, but still, the Jerusalem is the capital of Palestine, and it will remain the capital of Palestine, and Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. And also, one of my other favorite artists that I want to share, that I'm also listening now, is
I guarantee the children will care. Criminal, not invincible, and you know it's Armadoon still sitting in their stoic. May not feel us with you when you listen to our poems. You inspire humanity. You cool through your strength of spirit, provide example how to live, how to love when attacked from the clouds above. Loud and clear, the social sun can't be drowned by the sound of guns, or just watch a tragic dream through a satellite. The least that we can
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
brother. I want to say, I want to let you get back to the beautiful meeting you have over there. Thank you so much.
Please,
Thank you so much for your time. Your
yes,
energy.
yes. I would say,
for dropping so much knowledge.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. That's what it is. All right, cool. We love you, brother. We'll catch you soon, and we'll hit you up on the flip up. That's our brother Ali, organizing with us, riding with us. I always told Mr. Vitz, you know, you're doing too much of an amazing job. You got too many dope people to put on one time. I hope
they're dope. It's not my, you know,
okay.
They're dope, and yeah. I mean, I know we've been going on for a long time now, but I do hope people check it out, because there has been so much love, family love, and wisdom and knowledge.
Yes, we're gonna have to make sure when we put on the link and share it, we have to make sure we go, guys, ladies and gentlemen, check it to the end, because we got a lot of parts in there. There's a lot of parts. Watch this. On that note, we're gonna leave you on that note, because actually, what y'all don't know, y'all should probably know, we have a meeting in about a half an hour. So the only reason why we're leaving is because we're organizing. Otherwise, we'd stay with you on Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff. But we have to go, because we have to continue to plan our work and work our plan. For, as Ali mentioned, we got Maroon Mondays tomorrow. If you don't know about it, come join us, see about it. It's a revolutionary praxis. Or, as the Panthers would say and Young Lords would say, it's a liberation school. We're having a remote liberation school. Check it out. I know this is too much information for the end for you to remember. So those of y'all who are really true troopers, who are seeing us right now, hit us up, email, Facebook, either myself or Mr. Vitz, or Rosa, Bettina, or my goddaughter, Amara, or Miss Temperamental Miscellaneous out there in Ireland.
Ireland.
Yes, these are the people that are now coordinating and holding down this Maroon Mondays. It's going to get larger. It's going to expand. We need liberation schools everywhere. Mr. Vitz, what do you have to say?
Shout out to Haya Aziz, who's also watching us. We'll also be seeing you tomorrow. So Lots of love to all the beautiful people that have been chiming in. Keep the fire burning. Keep the fire burning, y'all. We're here. Hit us up when you need us, and we're here for you. We can make this happen. We got this. That's all I got to say.
My cousin, who just asked what is the name of the Palestinian hip-hop group we just mentioned, I believe, I'm sorry I got this late, but we were talking about a few. Shadia Mansour, which I'm sure, Doreen, you could put some links to her music as well. We'll get on that. And also Dam. Dam is another Palestinian, D-A-M. It means blood, I believe, in Arabic as well as in Hebrew. So their name, they're the oldest or the first pioneering hip-hop groups. They took on the legacy of Public Enemy, and their art has been political. And we play them every time on our DJ sets, along with Shadia Mansour, and all of those who are for the liberation of Palestine and all oppressed peoples throughout the world. But thank you, Maisha, Mai, for asking that question. I hope you're still here, and we doing it. Yeah, okay.
We'll be putting those links in, y'all.
We're gonna put the links in, and now we gotta step out so that we can step back in a different zone.
Please.
All right, peace, party people.
10 wins, check it out on
Yes.
Spiritual Pace again. Tomorrow with Rosa Bettina, and we'll be with you on this channel in this way next week.
Right on. Hayat, we love you as well, and if you have any links, please do put them in there. I know you on the music tip. I know you on the hip hop. Yeah. Oh, my mic's still there. Thank you. So we're gonna put some links for you. Check it out. Listen to it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, oh, this is like Public Enemy and Dead Prez, but like in Arabic. Oh, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? So our job is to connect that and bring that to you. So thank you for asking that question. Questions are dope. We welcome them. We love you. We'll see you in the streets. My, we'll see you tomorrow. We didn't even get to mention, but we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Damn it. You know, our family was out there.
Too much to talk about.
Our family was out there, but I do want to give a shout out to Mai, who was out there.
You should definitely say this.
Yes, I should say this. Mai, you were out there in the streets with us yesterday. We were out there with all of the children. It was Black Lives Matter for our children, and it was a march and rally organized specifically for our young people. And you saw, kids from 3 years old, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my little one was 2, or is 2. And, 2 4-year-olds to 17 holding banners, waving the RBG flag, Espy, Maisha's daughter was there, you know what I'm saying? So, all of our family was out in the streets, how it should be. Big up to the people that organized it. We don't want to say no names because I think they're doing it on purpose and intentionally. But just know that we continue to do that, and there's a power. There's a power when not only do you bring the elders out, which I'm telling you guys, listen to what Ali was saying, there's something in the times, and if you're waiting for a revolution, it is going to pass you by. There's something about having our elders. There's something about having our mothers who lost their children speak out, have the platform. There's something about maroon leadership that is taking place. There's something about Black Lives Matter. There's something about the children that are coming out, that are waving that. There's something about young kids understanding in their language what revolution looks like, what it means, what it needs to be, and how it is. There's something special about that. There's something very, as Bob Marley would say, there's a natural mystic flowing through the air. Okay? There is a natural mystic, and please, if you don't pay attention to that natural mystic, you will miss it. Okay? Capture it, breathe it in, and breathe out revolution. Okay? Capture it. Capture it. Do not wait. Do not wait. Do not wait. Organize, organize, organize. Educate, educate, educate. That is who we are. That is what we do. Connect with us. We out. Mr. Vince, you got something to say?
I would just say put the people in your prayers, you all. Study up, pray up, whatever you got to do. We need that light.
That's
right.
We
need that force. We need that fire.
That's right. Maybe protest is not your thing, but pray for us. Because we have mentioned so many times that prayer, even with the Zapatistas, and I'm going to say this again and again and again and again, repetition is key. The Zapatistas, before they went out to combat, before they went out and stormed Chiapas, before they took Storm, out there and waved that flag against neoliberalism and globalization in 94. They organized for 20 years, 40 years in the Lacanora jungles. They were building, they were praying, they were eating together, they were making clinics, they were having autonomous community. It is not just the protest. It is not just what you see right now. We are here to tell you that, so party people, tap in. If you're a spiritualist, goddamn right you better be fucking praying. And I said it, fucking praying. Pray, goddammit. Ambrosia, shoot to kill. I said that. I don't care. I said that. Somebody was challenging me on that. I don't care. I said that. That's right. Food and fruit of the gods and goddesses. Ambrosia, shoot to kill. Understand what that is. We put music out. We have theory behind it. We're not just saying shit. All right? Pay attention. Okay? You priests, you preachers, understand we need y'all. Because the deacons of defense was out there. They took up arms against Ku Klux Klan members. They were deacons. Deacons, okay? They followed the steps of the Black Panthers, Marcus Garvey. They were like, we are going to defend our communities, all right? So I don't care who you think you are, you're not immune to this struggle. You're not immune to this struggle. And whatever your platform is, it is no excuse for you to not be here. No excuse. We need all humanity, all humans on deck, okay? On deck. If nobody told you, front and center, find your generals, find your organization, organize. We're going to put out a clip from Stokely Carmichael. We're talking about mobilization is not necessarily organization. Okay? We can mobilize, and this might be controversial. In this clip, he states and says, if you with us, this is a little teaser for those who want to join the Maroon Mondays, by the way. And this little clip, this little snippet, this soundbite, he says, people, Martin Luther King was a great mobilizer. He was not that well at organizing. Ooh, did he say that? That's right. Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael said that. He said Malcolm X, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, was a great mobilizer and organizer. You want to know proof? The proof is everywhere Malcolm went and everywhere he left behind a mosque. A mosque. Communities of people organizing and building with the people, for the people, by the people. Okay? A mosque. He didn't leave a rally or a demonstration or an idea. He planted seeds and he watered them. Organization. Organize, we can teach you how to do it. Join us Maroon Mondays. Bang, bang, bang. That's a soundbite. I ain't going to say no more. That's just what it is. Mr. Vince!
What he said. We out. What he said.
Okay, we out. We got another call. Okay, that's what she said. That's what she said. That's what we said. See us, be about it. We are about it. We love you. Peace, party people, and unconditional revolutionary. Make sure I can go Maroon Love. 1010 Wins International. This is good news. We are the wind below. We are what we've been waiting for. We are here. And we are queer. For sure. Peace.